Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Yeah, this is amazing. Slaves built this and engineered it. Yeah. Shoot. We will build it. Yes, indeed. Hey, come on in, I.S.U.P.K. Come on in, come in. Man, please go ahead.
Yeah.
1 second.
So this is the building we call the Great Barn. There were many different barns here. There were many farms here, but this was, we believe, the largest barn that was ever built here at Stagville. It was said to be one of the largest barns that had ever been built in the area when it was completed. And this building was built in 1860. So it's built just 4.5 years or so before emancipation. And we do believe that it was built entirely by enslaved builders and craftsmen from this site. As I'm sure you can tell from looking at it, this just would have been a massive building project in this time. You can see, obviously, the tool marks and the timbers. This entire building is timber framed, so these large timbers are held together without any nails or screws or metal attachments. It's basically, the wood has been almost custom carved to lock together.
Wow.
And then there's individual wooden pegs that are carved to fit every joint together. It's an incredibly strong, obviously, building technique. And even the enslaved men who cut this timber and moved it here would have had incredible knowledge and skill, because you can look at the size of these timbers and imagine the knowledge that it took to lift and move these beams with only ropes and pulleys and maybe a few teams of mules pulling. Right. The longest timber in this building is this one that's over our heads. It's a single piece of wood, a single tree, all the way from the ends there to right here over my head. Wow. And of course, the tree that timber came from was much, much, much bigger before it was cut down.
And even how they slotted it.
Yeah.
That's a perfect shot right there, where they slotted it.
Yep.
And how they pegged it. No nails.
And then you can see they actually used pressure. They used a wedge driven into the middle there
to
push against itself to make it even stronger.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So these were not dummies.
Nope.
They knew their business.
Yeah, we definitely see this building. We see this building as such a clear reminder that a lot of times when we talk about slavery, we talk about the way that the institution of slavery took physical labor from people. But this building is such a reminder that the institution of slavery was profiting not just from the work of enslaved people's hands, but also from the work of their minds. Right? This building shows the ingenuity, the expertise, the skill, the craftsmanship, the experience of the people who were here. And that was also being taken for profit, right? In this building, in this place too.
I'm sure that you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that they took slaves to other plantations and utilize them for their skills in other ways and building other buildings. And boy, oh boy, slavery is a good business.
Mhm. And if you mind me asking also to the type of animals, was it animals or
Oh,
people
yes.
who lived here?
This was a stables for animals, and it was mules. So working animals that were pulling plows, pulling carts and wagons. There were mules stabled here in this particular building. Yeah,
Like if you want to truck that up, you know,
exactly.
the mule was big. How did they for the head to even go over that truck?
That's right.
Yeah.
They had to sit up pretty good, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they got taken care of because, of course, they were plowing all the 50 square acres. The mules had to be taken care of.
Yeah. Otherwise, if that mule ain't working,
Yeah.
guess who be working?
Yeah,
you gotta work.
pulling that plow. There's a hand plow right here, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are both plows here.
Those those bent tips are for you to use your hands
Yeah.
on.
So they were connected to the mule, and you
Yes.
had your hand on it. And
Oh, I see. The
little
mule
plug.
pulled it, but you
Exactly.
walk behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is something to see.
I would not be shocked if the men them who was taking care of it, if they stayed on top, because they won't put the mules on the top there, right? That was hay.
No, that would have been, probably storage and hay and feed for the animals, exactly.
And what was this device up here?
So this top story up here, the floor that's up over our heads, that would have gone all the way across, and this would have been like a giant hayloft up there.
Okay.
And that is a winch mechanism that was used to raise heavy or bulky things up to the top story. So there would be ropes and pulleys, and a man would stand on each side and turn those handles and lift up a load of hay or anything else that had to be raised up to the top part of the building.
And let me tell you something, man. This is something, because this means when we got off this plantation, our minds were destroyed.
Yeah.
Because why haven't we built things like this since then?
Yeah.
Why haven't we come together and done, 10 times more amazing?
Right.
Instead, we ended up on drugs and destroyed and in prison and a whole different kind of life. This is incredible.
Make it
Like,
think.
everybody got to see this.
Make it think like if the people who was enslaved is totally different to the people today.
Yeah, to today, right?
You know what I mean?
Because I look at this and all I could think of is some highly intelligent,
Yeah.
well organized, safety conscious, men and women that brought this together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, this is
That's great.
like, once again, they took pride in getting this done. They took pride and they put their soul into getting this done and doing it right, because this was their world.
Yeah.
Even the brickwork on the bottom,
Yeah.
the stones on the bottom were genius.
Like no mortar.
Right. No mortar. Like you wrote out earlier, they kind of fitted them in together to make it work.
So you can imagine when you read in the Bible where they talk about when they all tell to go get stones and build the altar.
That's right.
How they went and
Unhewn
also,
stone.
I mean, like,
And put it in there.
yeah.
That's it. That's it. Like, boy, oh boy. Like, I don't need to go to Mecca.
Nope.
I don't need to go to church. I need to come right here.
Right.
You want to learn about God, you come right here and see this level of suffering and understand how precious life is. You will follow what God said. You will never want to be a drug dealer after this. You will never want to live a life that this world has got us living after you see this. Not if you got any good intelligence. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be super motivation for you.
Yeah, I got think of that too. But more likely that way find Ricks and them come from.
Right. Is that wood?
Yeah.
Wood.
That's what he hit.
This was worth 10 times that.
That's right.
Man, what you gonna do, man? Like, this supposed to be, you supposed to want to build something after this. You wonder why we coming together April 1st from all over the country, all around the world, and coming together in brotherhood and righteousness, because we got to get this in us now. Like, this needs to be in us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this was in there under force. Now you under, yeah, he got the watch.
Mhm.
Now that we still under the same, everything that was described in these spots is going on with us right now today.
Okay.
So, we got to do what they did back then for us.
That's right.
As simple as that. Look at this. I mean, no nails. You running at Home Depot trying to get a box of nails. You slow on the game. They Home Depot. You bring one of them brothers back from the past. Home Depot.
Yeah.
Clock, clock, clock. We in there. No nails.
Which they know too. Them nails,
Yeah.
more like he's the oppressor.
Making more money.
Yeah, but who can't do this?
Yes.
You understand what
Yes.
I'm saying? He can't do this. I mean, his mind, nails are better. But this structure here stands for how long?
Since the 1800s.
You know what I mean?
Good night.
Which means we had engineers.
Yeah.
We had people who
With
could.
top skills.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? They played us out.
Yeah.
They played us all the way out. And that's why it may not be cool. It may not be sexy to just come together in brotherhood, to give way to your brother, to forgive your brother. That might seem soft, but that's what they did and got here. Well, this whole, you got to get it. You got to be cold, this, that. Oh, it sound nice, right? It sound good. You know what I'm saying? But what's the reality of it? It don't really work. It don't really work. What works is what Christ prescribed to us.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The law hang on two things. Love the Lord with all thy might,
That's right,
and love thy brother as thyself. Now that's hardcore.
That's right.
That's manhood right there. That's how you get something done. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes us amazing, man. I ain't
No, if I could, sir,
please.
I just want to read this as a quote from a slave that actually lived, who was born on the slave plantation. And he
Okay.
continued to live here.
And he spoke upon it.
Yeah, it
Who
was
I
in,
know that's gold. I'm sorry. I'm just
slave
checking this
narrative
while we're doing it.
that they did in the early 1800s. He said, we didn't have any horses to haul with. We used oxen and ox carts. The horse and mules was used to do the plowing. When the Yankees came, they didn't do much harm. Only they told us we was free niggas. But I always feel like I belong to Massa Paul. And I still live at Stagville on the old plantation. I has a little garden and does what I can to earn a little something. The Lord and fixed it so now that I will get a little pension and I'll stay right on. I'll stay right on in that little house.
That's every brother in the projects right there.
That's
Count.
Every brother in the projects right now. Go ahead.
I'll stay right on in that little house. So the good Lord call me home. Then I will see Massa Paul once more.
Man.
Dang. Say he see Master Paul once more.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover.
Like anything, if you want to accomplish anything, especially in the truth of the Most High, you warn against all the spirits that would like to see you destroy it and like to see it fail. But through the grace and mercy of the Most High, great men have stood the test of time to create great things for the Most High. And this is no different. This is no different. This is a war and a battle to bring this truth where it should be. And boy, the men and women in this truth are continuing to do an amazing job. So I'll see y'all out there. War up, April 1st. Get it on, y'all. All right, Shalom.
April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because the rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, send the curse.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. What's going on, Israel? ISUPK.com is the website. Commander General Yahanna, man, hanging out with you on a Wednesday, man. I seem to not be able to stay in the house no more. So much is going on in the earth. It's a beautiful time. We getting this truth on, moving forward, all of that. Hope you and yours are good. Hope you and yours are excellent. I got Captain Zakar on with me. Big shout out to Officer Morale, of course, holding us down like he does every week. We're live tonight, by the way. Okay, Lord allow, we'll be live all the way up through every Wednesday, up through the Passover, hopefully beyond. So join us, you know what I'm saying? Get it in with us in here. But I brought Captain Zakar. Did I say Officer Salaki? I brought Captain Zakar in because I wanted him to give you a little update on the hotels, because some people were saying how the hotels were too expensive. What happened is, well, let me let Zakar tell you. Big shalom, Zakar, you there?
Shalom, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, you want to jump in here? You able to get in here? Video? You got video of him?
Yeah, I'm on.
There you go. All right. Yeah, break it down for us, mighty man.
Well, this year, I give definitely want to thank you, sir, for even making this possible. A lot of people don't know about Commander General Yahanna. Commander General Yahanna has been holding this down for many, many years, and the fact that we even have a Passover, is a blessing from the Lord for this brother right here. I know this Commander General Yahanna going way back in the old school, and just seeing him still doing this and strong and putting this together the way he's put it together is a true blessing from the Lord. So, absolutely.
And same to you, brother. You go way, we go way, way back. Understand, to the streets of New York, Times Square, all that. You know what I'm saying? Zakar been throwing it down since back in the day.
Kind of one kind.
Still holding it down, full of energy. Put this thing together, boy. Like I can't even explain. You know what
now, I know you remember this, sir. Like this year, what a lot of brothers don't know, this year at the Passover, we brought back coach buses, and I remember way back in the days, New Mexico came up to New York with those coach buses.
Yeah.
And I think this year is what brothers don't. Before I get into the hotels, we got North Carolina. This might be one of the best and the biggest Passovers to date. North Carolina, they definitely, that convention center is amazing. And just to touch on the hotels, this year, I went down there and we have 7 hotels all together in total.
Wow.
And one hotel, the Sheraton, which right now is
record. That might be a record for us.
I think it might
7
be
hotels, fam. Woo,
7 hotels. And the Sheraton Hotel is right across the street from the venue. Just walk right out. Now, unfortunately, we packed that Sheraton Hotel tight. So we might not be able to have any more hotel rooms in that. Sheraton is not guaranteed, but we do have other hotels now. The other hotels in a cluster is called a Crabtree area, where 5 hotels are located all together, almost like a hotel complex. Now, we got about 40, maybe 50 rooms, but we got to move fast on it. The rooms are located on the ISUPK website. There's a link. On that link, we have the Marriott chains, where we have the Hampton Inn and Suites. We have the Residence Inn. If you got a family, they have lock-off rooms in there. There's a kitchenette if you want to get in there, but those rooms are moving. I get calls every day. So if anybody's listening and wants a room, please do not wait to the last minute. Also, those rooms are in what they call a room block. And I think the room block ends, if I'm not mistaken, in about 2 weeks. Now, you know what happens this year is something different in North Carolina. J. Cole has a hip-hop concert down there, so it's going to be close to 85,000 extra people in that downtown Raleigh area. So you know what that means. As soon as these hotels go back into inventory, those you might think it's a little expensive now, paying $200 a room, but if those hotels goes back into inventory, it's going to jump up to $300, $400, and $500 a night. So I would definitely, ask brothers and sisters, if you want an affordable room, go on that I.S.U.P.K website and link. General Shalimar did an excellent job embedding all of those hotels. When you go on and you click on it, you just click on the Passover in the hotels, you got all of them laid out. Now, it might be a little confusing if you click on the Marriott. In the Marriott link, it has about 4 hotels. Then the Hampton Inn and Suites. The Fairfield is a nice one. We've sold out the La Quinta. We got damn near the whole La Quinta. We got the damn near Sheraton. And there's also another affordable hotel of a lot of brothers and sisters. Pockets are tight. It's called the Quality Inn and Suite. Now, I don't know if the telephone number is on that, the website, but you can reach out to me, call me, and if anybody wants an affordable hotel for under $100, I think we have maybe 20 rooms left in that hotel. You can reach out to me personally, and I can give you the telephone number to call, and there's no link for that one.
God. So let me just understand it. The Sheraton is done. You got no more rooms in the Sheraton.
No more rooms.
That's so for those of you who had been calling me about it, what happened is you didn't get the tickets, you didn't get your rooms in time. So he sold out all the rooms. So now the prices, the ones they holding for the J. Cole concert, the price jumped up to like $300-400 for what we had. And the other one's gonna go up crazy high as well. So there's 40 more rooms, and then you on your own is Airbnb time then. Or you got to get a room at the full price. Or you got to stay with a brother and sister, near the area. But like you said earlier, this might be the biggest Passover we ever had. And big shout out to I.S.U.P.K and all his soldiers out there, I.S.U.P.K and all of them warriors, man. All of them, Yahawada, Lahab, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I don't know everybody's name, but they some bad brothers that's out there, man. I.S.U.P.K's son. Yeah, them cats pushing real hard, man. And a lot of people booked out, like you said, 7 hotels. That might be a number. Also, too, I talked to accounting, and accounting also told me that people are paying their Passovers, you understand, so they don't get stopped, you know what I'm saying? So they paying their Passovers and it's coming in like crazy, and they ready to go. I talked to Mashop. He's ready to go with the finances. That's got to go out. Everything is falling like it should. So please, brothers, that's why I brought Zakar on tonight, took him away from his busy schedule so you would know and understand, get with him to get the room still at that discount. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to get in this city. You're going to be shocked when it come that time, man. 80,000 people. This ain't New York City, or, you know what I'm saying? This ain't a big major. I mean, it's a major city in the South, but it ain't major like a Chicago or New York or something like that. So 80,000 people, you're going to feel the swell in that city. You're going to feel the swell. We almost lost one of the nights in one of the ballrooms. It's still up in the air, I think, right now, correct?
Kind of the one kind. No, we got the night. We have the night. Is just getting that one ballroom, the larger one.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's very, 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 very tight. up in that city, man. But it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be something to see.
Now,
You know
if
what I mean?
I may, sir, you had mentioned the Airbnb.
Right.
Brothers and sisters got to be careful. There's a couple of disadvantages with that Airbnb. Number one, we got the coach buses, so a lot of times, with the Black Wall Street, even getting back and forth to the Passover, you don't even have to drive. We got buses that's gonna come pick you up at the hotel.
That's so true. That's so true. You don't want to get stuck in an Airbnb and everybody's getting on the bus at the Sheraton. You know what I'm saying? So if you could, it's wiser to get the hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying? And not have to go through that trouble. Otherwise, you're gonna have to shuttle back to the hotel to catch the bus and vice versa. You know what I mean? On the other side, you know what I mean? So, but everybody just do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Flood them rooms, get the last of them rooms out. We might could even get more if we sell them all out. We might could talk to them and possibly stretch some of them blocks a little bit. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're absolutely right. Now, the only thing is but we have to move fast. Brothers and sisters have to move this week, the latest next week. Because if we do sell out something like the Resident Inn, we're not going to sell out. But the Hampton Inn and Suites and the Fairfield, those two hotels, I like the Hampton Inn and Suites. It's a little upscale in comparison to the collective. But if we do book those hotels solid, I could definitely call and we might be able to get a little bit more, squeeze more in. But it looks, if we don't book those hotels fast, we're going to lose them and they're going to go back into inventory. And at this point, the hotels are losing by us booking because those rooms can at least go for $300 and $400.
Yeah, definitely with them concerts and all them people coming in
right
into the city, man. Yeah, man, you right. Well, I ain't gonna keep you out. I appreciate you updating everybody. Get in touch with Zakar. Go on the website ISUPK.com. Big shout out again to SHALAM. Big shout out to all the generals: General Muhammad, General Mayat, General Haas, General SHALAM, General Kwabala Mob, General Katumgabar, pressing up so hard as we getting towards this Passover and just bringing the body together, man, strong as possible, man. We got to keep it. We got to keep this going. Times are tough times. You think you in tough times now? Tough times is on the way. You can best believe it. Esau's in hell. That's why we're gonna get into these stories, man, and get it on. Zakar, I ain't gonna keep you unless you want to hang. You know what I'm saying? You got a busy schedule, but it's up to you. We're gonna get into these stories, man, and get it on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take it on down, side. I've been up since 3.
I could dig it. Damn, you don't be playing, boy. All right, Warrior. The water for coming through, man.
Yes, sir. And the water for the tulips, sir. Also, one thing, if brothers and sisters, give me a call directly because, like I said, a lot of these hotels, if you call it, if they give you any trouble, give me a call and I'll take care of it. 1, 2, 3.
Damn right. Damn right. All right, Warrior. Sound right.
Shalom.
All right. Yeah, so let's get into it, fam. Let's get into it. What we got on the table, Marah? We got a few things on the table, man. We're going to hang for a little bit over an hour, y'all, and see what we can get into till about 11. Because there's a lot going on out here in the empire, man. First of all, where we going first? Where you want to go first, Marah? Yeah. Let's pull it up. Like, as we get closer and closer, these Edomites they hate you with a blood-curdling hatred, man. They like to act like we are the racists, but they are, out of control with how much they hate you, man, and how much they looking at you like you are the worst thing in the world. And something else, they are accepting that the God of the Bible is our God, and they mad. They making TikTok tapes saying, your God is selfish and your God is this and now they didn't say that when they thought that Christ was a white man. When they thought that the God was the God of white people, they didn't say that. But now, all of a sudden, now they're gonna act like, oh, your God is a God, your God is this and your God is that. I got news for you. Our God parted the Red Sea and drowned the Egyptian army for the evil they did. And this time he said he's going to burn this place up with fire. Matter of fact, give me that scripture if you could, Marat. The Lord said he's going to burn this place up. The second one by fire. I'll pull it up as well, too. Like you asking for trouble with the Most High in Christ, and especially in this time. I'm going to let you pull it up, though. Did I mess you up in pulling it up? Salakia. I'm going to get it out of the New Testament. Go ahead. I got you. I'm with you. Please, Salakia.
Alert. Many of them left speechless.
There's no words for a situation like this.
College students ordered to shelter in place, barricading themselves inside dorms, classrooms, and restaurants. Local, state, and federal investigators all rushing to the scene, hundreds of them, to get those students to safety. And of course, they're still working now to get answers. Much of the community still grappling with the devastating toll that this shooting has taken on the East Lansing community. Let us walk you through what we know so far. Its response was immediate. Students were seen streaming out into the halls with their hands up as officers went building to building to secure campus. It all started just before 8:30 p.m. with a 911 call of shots fired. Students told to secure in place.
Let me let it play. Go ahead.
Officials all responding to the scene, followed by an hours-long search for the suspected gunman, who was later found dead. And we have complete Team 7 coverage in East Lansing this morning, beginning with my partner, Keenan Smith.
What I was going to just say is, see, now that's Lansing, Michigan, right? Now they ain't think about how much they was poisoning and killing black people in Flint with the water crisis, right? And the lead in the water for all those years. But then when some crazy cat loses his mind and goes off, then you wonder what's going on. You wonder what's happening there. This is a common theme among Edomites. You wonder what is going on. Why did this happen? Black people and Latino people, and Native Indian people, they take their suffering most of the time in silence. They don't even ask anymore, why did this happen? They know why it happened. Because when it happens to them, it's just not a random madness. It's usually orchestrated. The same way they changed the direction of the water going into Flint, Michigan, and poisoned all those black people. They said that the kids in Flint, Michigan, all have lead poisoning. Anybody that drank the water over them past years that they had control, those children have lead poisoning, which affects your brain, man. It affects your ability to think and to reason. You understand? And they know this. But now what has happened? Some brother went off and headed up to one of their universities and went crazy. It was a brother, right? If I remember correctly. Go ahead. You give me a little bit more. Look at it. He looked cold too. We went in there with red shoes.
They were killed. A second at the Campus Union building where the third victim died. These are surveillance images of the gunman. Police confirming late tonight that he was found dead off campus of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He's 42 years old, a 42-year-old man with no connection to the school, and police have no idea why he targeted the campus. He's believed to
pause there just for a second. That's different. 40-year-old black men do not usually become mass shooters. That's something happened. Something happened that led him to do this. 40-year-old men do not, they trying to get out the way. They trying to get comfortable and get out the way by the time they 40, 45. This brother over 40 and went on a killing spree on that university campus. Something went wrong. Something was done. I doubt they bring it out, but you can best believe something happened for this to go left. Once again, the Lord said, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. What did you think was going to happen? And the story we're going to read after this is going to give more clarity. See, here's what other nations don't understand. You don't understand the daily terror that you put on blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. You don't understand the uncertainty of their lives that they live in right now. You don't have no understanding of it. They on the college campus partying, drinking, having a good time while you imbalance the whole damn earth. Food prices going through the roof. Jobs being cut off. People not getting jobs like they claiming they are. And they are upset. They are very upset. Okay? Meanwhile, Ukraine is getting billions. Ukraine is getting billions. And just think about this for a minute, man. The Ukrainians, man, are Nazis. That's who was running Ukraine all these years, man. Zelensky's a newcomer. Those are Nazis up there, man. Okay? White supremacists that rule that area. Everybody saw the footage when they was evacuating the country, how they wouldn't let the Africans and the dark races get out the country before they let the whites out. Everybody saw it. But yet they received billions to save their empire. And I understand Esau got to protect his interests. America has to protect its interests. But our lives are not a part of America's interests, which is why we died in Flint, Michigan, why we got poisoned in Flint, Michigan, and why some brother now has gone the hell off, and nobody knows why. Go ahead, Marah, please.
Be the only shooter.
This truly has been a nightmare that we are living tonight, but we have remained laser focused on the safety of our campus, our students, and the surrounding community. We are relieved to no longer have an active threat on campus, while we realize that there is so much healing that will need to take place after this.
Police flooded onto campus on reports of gunfire. Hundreds of officers remain tonight to maintain safety, though the shelter order has been lifted. Campus will be closed for at least the next 48 hours. We will track the latest through this newscast and always online at abc10.com or on the ABC10 app.
Hey, if you could, Marah, could you please get me Numbers 35?
I said this is probably one of the most disruptive.
I took the Lord's word for a joke. You playing with the Most High, man. You took the Lord's word for a joke, but the Lord visiting you. And Turkey, did you see the death toll in Turkey, man? Oh, man, they pissed the Lord off. No nation on this earth is getting away from the judgment of the Most High. Turkey, they said tens of thousands of people died over there. They're not even bringing out the names of the people that died over there. I mean, the amount of people. They're trying to bring out stories of people that they found 200 days later under the rubble. Who knows if that's even really true? You understand? You look at some of them people, they pulling out the rubble after, 200 hours or something like that. The people don't even look like they've been in any rubble. Their clothes look clean and all that. Now, I mean, I never been in an earthquake. Maybe that's possible. Maybe they living down in a crevice somewhere and they just, stuck underneath there until they get taken out. But what they're not talking about is how many people have died. They said millions in that country are homeless. Millions, not thousands, not tens.
Now to the earthquake.
Millions are homeless in Turkey. That's the Lord's judgment. Read Numbers 35:19 for me.
It's the book. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer.
Wait, I'm sorry. Go to 18 real quick. We'll run them down fast as we can. But let's read that real quick.
Numbers chapter 35, verse 18. Or if he smite him with.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, guys, that's good enough. Go ahead, that's close enough.
Or if he smite him with an hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death.
So if you go and beat a man with wood, like a baseball bat or something like that, the Lord said you're going to be put to death. Now, they've been killing us since slavery. They've been slaughtering us and slaying us in slavery. The Lord said, you do that, you're going to get put to death. Now, here's what the world don't understand. When the Lord lay out a judgment, you think you're getting away with the judgment, but you're not getting away with the judgment. That's why the Lord required that we follow his laws, statutes, and commandments so that he doesn't have to take revenge on us for the things that happen. Go ahead, give me a little bit more.
The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer.
He shall slay the murderer. Normally, the revenger himself will slay the murderer, the family member, the person that was attacked, so forth and so on. This revenge is going to come from the Lord, but it's still going to happen. Go ahead.
When he meeteth him, he shall slay him.
Right. The Lord is meeting him now. We ain't to go out and slay nobody, but the Lord is meeting him and he's going to be slaughtered. That's what you see in Turkey. That's what you see. The world, since the Romans took over, have never gotten better for the people that was on the bottom. The people, the barbarians, the so-called barbarians, that's the dark nations. It's never gotten better for them. It's gotten better for everybody else, but never have gotten better for them. Go ahead.
But if he thrust him of hatred or hurl at him by laying of weight, that he die, or in the enmity smite him with his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death.
You go ahead.
For he is a murderer.
What verse you in?
21, sir.
Yeah, like you plot on him. That's what it means when it says, wait a minute, where's the part that I'm looking for at? Where he said, thrust him through, hurl at him, or him by laying of weight, meaning you waiting and then you sneak up and kill him. That's what happened in Flint, Michigan. The Lord bringing it back to him. That's what happened in Flint. That's what happened all over this country, man. That's what happened to us, lynchings and killings. You laid in wait on us and kill us. And them days is coming back again. Not to mention with the cops every day. Go ahead,
Khan. He is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him.
You're right. The revenger of blood in this case is the Lord. And some slaying is going on, getting ready to go on in the earth. And you should get your head wrapped around, because you need to know what's getting ready to happen so that you could be motivated to repent. Because this world is motivating you to be evil as it possibly can. That's what we saw on the Grammys, man. With that Edomite. That was an Edomite, right? Dressed in all that red, worshiping Satan. Come on. They came out this word and said that people were saying all over the world that they was ready to worship. Whatever the hell they was ready to worship. They knew he was coming out, because isn't the name of that song something satanic? There's something in the name of that song or the album or something that people know that this is satanic. And they said they was ready to worship. Everybody is ready to bring Satan all the way in. You're going to pay dearly. Go ahead.
Verse 22. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him, that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments.
Yeah, in other words, if it wasn't intentional. But in the case when it comes to us, it's intentional. Like they kill us intentionally and slay us, man. And that's why that Michigan shooting, man, was something. That brother came all the way from Franklin, New Jersey, all the way to Michigan State. Y'all not telling the truth. Like he came over there for a reason. I don't know if they were the target, but the target, whatever was happening, they took the bullet. That's reap what you sow. That's reap what you sow. And we'll see soon what's happening. And people are losing their mind. And they losing their mind over what's the word I'm looking for? On how cold you are and how thoughtless you are and how inconsiderate you are to the people that you have slain for 400 years. Like wealth doesn't go nowhere. Like gold don't melt. Silver don't melt. You know, the wealth of the earth they still have. Where's your portion? Doesn't exist because they all have it. But you would think we're running out of resources. When resources are not running out, thievery is increased. And that's what happened to the Lord's people. Them children suffered in Michigan. Now this cat went off in Lansing. We're going to find out over the next days what's happening with him. But that's a good indication right there. The good indication of things to come in an evil world, in a world against the Most High. That is a good indication. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Antoinette. I know you up there in Flint, Antoinette. You battling, boy. I know you battling up there. You know what I'm saying? Man, if anybody heard, drop it in the 40K and counting. Damn, are we talking about the death toll? Yakadar, what are we talking about, man? The death toll on that 40K? Good night. Like the death in the con. Okay. Big shout out to Jackie out of Greensfield. Y'all smile thought about Shimon Shai. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, man. All right, where we going next, Marah?
Khan, sir. We are going to Salaki.
And let me tell y'all something else too. You better get your head right. All you fake Israelites better get your head right. Now, I don't have the story with me today, but I'm going to try to get the story. They are recruiting. You want to hear something crazy? They are recruiting Hebrew Israelites. They are recruiting Hebrew Israelites to join white synagogues. Hold it now. To join white synagogues. They ready to assimilate you. And they said some cats have already taken the job. No integrity. None whatsoever. I'm going to see if I can get the tape on it. Maybe bring it out on Monday or Saturday with my shot. Go ahead, Marah. I'm done. Salakia. Where we going? Yakadar said, yeah, that 43,000, according to Tekoa. 43,000. It's crazy.
Minnesota woman calls police on black AC technician while he's working.
The brother is working. Here we go again. Like they don't even want you working in the neighborhood. They want, this is a weird phenomenon of hatred. Could you imagine us 100 years ago, man? If this is how they act now in 2023, how were they acting back then, Marah? You probably ran across the street if you saw an Edomite. You got video of this? Oh, please play this. You probably ran across the street. This is crazy. Go ahead.
I have never, ever dealt with a customer like this. She is on the phone with 911 right now. Look at her. She said I just threatened her. What threat? What threat did I make towards you?
I'm Elizabeth.
What threat did I make towards you, ma'am? Huh? This is crazy. I already knew what it was when I first got here though. Because when I walked in the door, she was on tip. Her husband not even here. She's asking me pointless questions. I'm answering though. On God, you know, everybody who knows me, you know I keep it professional. But I've never dealt with a customer like here, ever. On God. And I'm not going to leave. I'm going to wait till the police get here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm an educated black man, sweetheart. Ha!
like.
What? What in the world is this, boy? I ain't gonna lie. I've never in my life had to deal with no bull like this. Never in my life.
Like,
she is in there. She just said she's scared of what though? I'm literally standing by my van because she's calling the police right now. That's who she on the phone with. She trying to make it seem like it's something, you know. I'm standing. I said, you know what? I'll stand here and I'll wait for the police, you know.
now listen, y'all gotta help me.
She is on the
area, Just Art and Paint, Antoinette. Y'all gotta explain to me what this is. Help me understand what is this? Like, what is it? Is it this? Does the white woman? This is my theory. Y'all help me out because I'm clueless on this. Okay, we know. Yeah, Nikki B's right. She is trying to get him killed. But my question is this just racism, or is it her desire to feel valuable, to feel like, you know, everybody? Because I mean, back in the 50s and stuff, they acted like every black man wanted to have sex with them. You understand? Reverse wet. I don't know what that is, Q. I don't know what that is, Q. You got to break that one down. Jackie got it. I didn't get that. I don't know what. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? Okay. John C. says she's just the devil. But the sisters gotta, okay, it seems like when I see these, right? Not okay, some of them I see, okay, you can tell this is just a mad, angry, racist white woman. But some of them see, oh, she's a Moabite Barakwa now? Oh, okay. Some of them seem like it's some type of desire to be loved or to be desired by a black man. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, that's fine. But it seems like if you wanted to be racist, that you would just, you know, grab your weapon, or you know they got guns all over. In, you know, America got more guns than some small country. So what is it? All of above? Rakah said it's all. Rakah Yasad said it's all of the above. Y'all agree with that? Y'all, Baba TV, every time fire? No. Baba says no. Just thought she knows the power in calling the police. If the police actually arrive, they'll probably beat the brother up. So this is just strictly like any other racist. They just want to, she just want to get him killed. All right, I guess that's it. Because it seemed like it was a deeper psychological problem, in my opinion. But I gotta go with y'all. It means she is just a racist, and the tears and everything is to just get the brother killed. You understand? Princess Antoinette said they do believe all brothers want them. I believe that they think that way, and I wonder. Okay, and on that point, I wonder if. Okay, it's usually a fat white woman that's unattractive, usually hitting middle age. And I wonder if she's doing that because, you know, she's getting no love and so feels low self-esteem, no value. You know what I'm saying? And so she got to act like, you know, somebody wants that old nasty white meat or something like that. Baba TV said that's a fact. That is crazy. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you this much. I'm so glad this comes out because this keeps brothers away from them. You understand? It keeps brothers away from them. And I that's always good. Okay? That is always good. Go ahead, Murat, please.
If I may, sir. You got to keep a little bit more away from them. That Valentine's Day thing, man, they was walking hand in hand. Hand in hand. The sisters too.
Jungle fever.
Jungle fever. The sisters too, especially with them brothers, man. It was a lot of sisters, man. I think I made.
Wait a minute. Are you saying sisters with Edomites?
Kind of one kind.
Damn.
A lot of sisters. I mean, like when you hear them talk, it's like they ain't even black. It's like I can't stand that personally, but yeah, with our people, we need this, sir. Just like you said, because you know everybody was hyped with their lovers. And we got the jungle fever. So
damn, like, which is such a sad day. It's a sad, sad day that we don't know how to bridge the gap with each other, with men and women in our own nation that we think is better with them other nations. And I can guarantee you they breaking up and divorcing just as much as others. And it's sad that we don't have more ways of matching ourselves up, in that a lot of times when a brother or sister get a little education, get a decent job, a few dollars, they automatically assume that having a relationship with another black person is going to result in a bunch of back and forth fighting and madness, when that's not necessarily the case. You know what I mean? Princess Antoinette said even when they do get a brother and they have disagreements, they will call the police on them just like this. Damn, wait a minute, Antoinette. Are you saying the sisters will call the police on the brother just like this white woman is at the drop of a dime? This is crazy.
If I may, sir, that's absolutely correct.
Damn.
Absolutely correct.
Damn, that is crazy. Play it one more time for us. We can see what this brother went through with this woman. You can't even do your job no more.
I have never ever dealt with a customer like this. She is on the phone with 911 right now. Look at her. She said I just threatened her. What threat? What threat did I make towards you?
I'm Elizabeth.
What threat did I make towards you, ma'am? Huh? This is crazy. I already knew what it was when I first got here, though. Because when I walked in the door, she was on tip. Her husband not even here. She's asking me pointless questions. I'm answering, though. On God, you know, everybody who knows me know I keep it professional. But I've never dealt with a customer like here, ever. On God. And I'm not going to leave. I'm going to wait till the police get here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm an educated black man, sweetheart. Ha!
Dang.
What?
Like they weren't responding quick enough. They weren't responding with urgency.
What in the world is this, boy? I ain't gonna lie. I've never in my life had to deal with no bull like this. Never in my life. She is in there. She just said she's scared of what, though? I'm literally standing by my van because she's calling the police right now. That's who she on the phone with. She trying to make it seem like it's something, you know? I'm standing. I said, you know what? I'll stand here and I'll wait for the police, you know? She is on the.
Let me tell you something. A lot of you would have left, but I disagree with leaving. Now, I know that sounds crazy because if you got a camera, then you can explain what's going on when they get there. If you leave and you ain't recorded it, then it's you. Not only you look bad because you left, but also you ain't got no recording of it. So she could say you did anything. She could say you lifted up her skirt, you squeezed her breasts, or God knows what she might say. But at least if you there record, that's my opinion. Now, I've never been in that situation, so I don't know exactly what you would do under that pressure. You know what I mean? I just know that the UPK protocol, we don't run when we haven't done nothing wrong. And we don't prescribe for our brothers to do nothing wrong. We don't teach brothers to do criminal acts. You know what I mean? Even though people trying to do it on us. And I know it's almost a reflex among black men because you always being accused. You being accused all the time. So you quick to be like, let me get the hell up out of here. When you got in the UPK, we teach men on the street to not panic when the cops come. Let me tell you something. And everybody that's taught in a camp or raised a camp up or been in the camp long enough, you all out there know that when the cops roll up and there's a crowd in front of us, that crowd thins out automatically. Even if brothers are just standing there watching, right or wrong, they start to thin out because it's almost like a reflex. Here come the cops. You got to get the hell up out of there, man. When you don't have to do that. You didn't do nothing wrong. You understand? In certain circumstances, maybe you do I'm not sure. You know what I mean? But if I'm up there and I got the camera and this lady is lying, I'd be calling my dispatcher. I might step outside the house. Like he's kind of right there up near the house. I might step outside the house, but I sure wouldn't be going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all take is on it. All right. Amana Bob said that'll leaving means the cops will chase you in the car. And that usually ends bad for black and brown. That's true. You understand? Like you got to deal with them, man. You know, man, you got to straight up and say, look, I got it on tape. This never happened. Cops come up to us, but now, again, I could be biased, I could be biased because I'm so used to the cops coming up to us and speaking. I got years and years and years of cops coming up, harassing us falsely. The water, I appreciate that. Falsely accusing us. You understand? Years of cops, you know, acting like we're a bunch of criminals when we're not. And so I'm just used to never running from them. I just deal with them right there on whatever it is. Once again, because in the UPK, we teach everybody do not be a criminal. This is once, and listen, this is a good reason right here to not be a criminal. You don't want to be a criminal or have warrants or have stuff going on, and then you get stuck in this situation. Because then the pressure is for you to leave. Because you know when they come, they asking for your ID. They running your name. They looking at your car. They want to know if you got weapons on you illegally. You know all the BS that comes with them is also coming. You know what I mean? Okay. Just Art and Payne said what? She knew he had evidence that he wasn't threatening her. And that's why she closed the garage door. If he leaves, they're going to stop him and be like, you fit the description of a black man that assaulted the woman. Right. And then you got to explain after you ran. Damn that. You know what I'm saying? Also, another brother that didn't run. Remember the brother that was in the park with the white woman? And he told her to, you know, you strangling the dog. You know, stop doing the dog like that. She went and fell down on the ground, called the cops. He did not run. He filmed her also. And she lost her job and he sued her. You know what I mean? That's right. Now listen, just to give a clear understanding, because you don't run, don't mean you're gonna be dealt with justly. You know what I'm saying? You don't run, don't mean that, you know, they ain't gonna do something evil towards you. That's a possibility. But you still got to stand with the Most High in it, like Ross is saying. You know what I mean? If you didn't do nothing wrong, stand your ground. Tell them what happened. Show them the tape. Thank the Lord for the damn iPhone, man. Thank the Lord for them damn cameras. And now them new phones got 4, 5 cameras on them. You know what I mean? Like Q said, body cam. You know what I'm saying? Body cam. That's what you need. That's where it need to be at. Throw that body cam on, set yourself up, and deal with them straight on. And you could end up with a lawsuit out of it. Like I'd sure be looking for the cheddar behind that. That's easily a $25,000 paycheck right there. Done the right way with the right lawyer, oh, you're gonna get a nice quarter out of that. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel real good eating that steak. You know what I mean? Because that's what you deserve anyway. You deserve it and more because look what they doing. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. What she did right there. That is crazy. You know what I mean? Like they chase us out. You know, they kill the innocent daily. You know what I mean? They slay the innocent daily. Bro, where we going from here, man?
Bob May.
And once again, man, if I could, it's so sad. Like, let me tell you something. Listen to me good on this. The whole reason that black people cannot get out of the situation that we are in is because we hate ourselves. That's the only reason. There's enough black people whose air conditioner he could be fixing that he never got to go to another heathen. But why can't he do that? Because a black air conditioner company is not going to make money in a black neighborhood. Because black people are not going to hire him. If you come with your uniform and the same professionalism he said he has, you understand? And you deal professionally and you walk professionally, but you black, the company's black owned, and you in a black neighborhood, I'm sorry to say, they don't want to hire you. They think that the equipment, that the service is going to be inferior. You understand? They think it's going to be inferior. And so you don't get, so now you have to, like that brother has to work in a heathen's neighborhood. He got to go out, fix heathen's air conditioner. He got to be totally professional, and he got to be persecuted in doing it. You understand? You know what I mean? And you know who they did it to. They did it to Yahushua. You know what I'm saying?
So like I said, I had a scripture as well.
Come. And if I could, right before you read that, here's the sad part. Exactly what she did is what Judas did to Christ. Exact same thing. Falsely accused him to get him killed. And this much you can best believe. Once again, that's another factor. You turn around and, get accused by one of them, you could end up dead. You turn around and say, man, I'm going to work in the black neighborhood. I'm going to help my own people. I'm going to do business here. You could end up dead because of that false accusation. And you can best believe that false accusation is coming because a lot of our people are destroyed. But we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight to fix our mind so that we don't hate each other, so that we can work together with one another in so many ways. Once again, I got to bring it up. When we get out there for Passover, and I pray Mashak get that tape out for the housing, because we got the tape. That was the tape of the bond. The tape of the bond was amazing by itself, what they had to do and how they had to work together. The tape of the house is amazing too. And we had to work together through our conflict. We couldn't go to them. You couldn't go to another nation and give up your nation. When black people had problems and issues in slavery, they had to help each other all the way up to the 60s. You had no choice because you couldn't go to nobody else. And unfortunately, the minute we could go to somebody else, guess what? We destroyed ourselves. You understand? We destroyed ourselves. We ran out there and messed ourselves up. Salaki, go ahead, Marah.
Wakan. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Right. Go ahead.
In the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. When the Lord had got finished with our iniquity, them heathens came in there and slayed the hell out of us. And was allowed to slay the hell out of us because we went into wickedness and turned against each other. It is a simple formula in them scriptures. It's a real simple formula. You break them laws, turn on each other, not care for the same ourselves, and guess what? The heathens take over and destroy you. You come together in the brotherhood, walk after the law, statutes, and commandments, do right by your brother and sister, and guess what? You flourish before their eyes. Before their eyes, you flourish. Is that what you am I wrong on that? Or is that exactly what you're saying? Marah? Am I wrong on that? Or is that exactly what you're saying? Come.
I know I wasn't on air. Yeah, Salaki, sir. Yeah, that's definitely true, sir.
Come. Can we get Matthew 27 and 3, 4, and 5 right quick? Was you finished on that verse?
Khan.
Because Judas did the same thing to Christ. This is such a good scripture. This is such a good scripture on this same thing. We live this life among us. And Judas ain't have no reason but his own self-gain. If you going after self-gain over brotherhood, you a traitor. You a traitor in the making. Remember, this cat walked with Christ. Damn near right on up until they came and took him. And then got him taken. This cat sat and ate with Christ, rolled with Christ, and betrayed Christ. And that's exactly what is going on among us because we have lost our way with the Most High. Just like this brother did. Read it for him, please.
Khan. In the book of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned,
betrayed Christ. Honored. He thought people was going to love him. But he saw he was condemned. He saw they hated him too. Go ahead.
Repented himself.
Because the gain he thought he was going to get. He thought he was going to get wealth. He thought he was going to get fame. And to do it, he was willing to cut his brother's throat. And not just cut a brother's throat, cut a man that did miracles before his eyes. Yahushua. But for gain, for selfishness, that's what we got to get rid of among us. We get rid of that, and we'll be able to come back to them law, statutes, and commandments and do something. You understand? Like the day we come where we seek our brother's gain over our gain, and there's a scripture on that. I forget what it is off the top of my head. Well, the minute we start to do that, then you're going to have done something. Go ahead, Marah Salakia.
And brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders.
So he brought it back to the chief priests and elders. Like, look, man, I don't want, I was wrong. Here's what he said. Go ahead, Marah.
Saying, I have sinned and that I have betrayed the innocent blood.
Like he knew he was doing wrong, but he thought he was going to gain from it. He thought it was a win for him. He thought he was going to get paid. He thought the people was going to say, yeah, thank you, Judas, man, for getting rid of that Christ. We hated him. But they didn't. They hated him too for being a traitor, for cutting his throat. And he saw that, and then all of a sudden he got morally right. That's what happens. That's when the demon leave you. The demon in your ear gassing you up, betray your brother, betray your brother, betray your brother. Then you go and do it, and after it's done, the demon leave you. And now that the demon leave you, you start saying, I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. I didn't get the money and the glory and the, man, let me get this back. Let me fix this. Let me fix this right. And brother, you go back to fix it, then it's too late. The demon done accomplished its goal. It used you, man. And that's what's going on with brothers all day and sisters all day, every day, out here in these streets all the time. You understand? You turn on some of them TV shows, they all killing each other. Look at the rappers. Every rapper, his man killing him. Right or wrong? Every rapper snitching on his man after both of them got together, got a demon on them, and went out there and committed crimes. Every celebrity out there fighting against one another. Big shout out to Rihanna. Didn't take her clothes off. Promoted having babies. That in itself, at a Super Bowl halftime show, she promoted having babies. Some people posted that she wasn't that exciting, her show. You damn right it wasn't exciting like you thought it would be because she didn't get naked. You was going to say it's a lock, Marah, take it. Jump in, Marah, jump in.
She promoted having that black baby.
Yes.
A white woman did not abort a rich, paid, wealthy woman didn't abort a black man's baby.
A billionaire? Damn. A billionaire young sister did not abort a black man's baby. That was big. That should have been one of the most exciting halftime shows to the black and Latino community, certainly the Israelite world. it should have been amazing to you. Go ahead, Op.
Salaki, that she make more money than. She didn't abort the black man baby that she makes the money in the household.
Yes. And she didn't abort the baby. And do you know what it is to rehearse and put together a Super Bowl halftime show? Do you know all the components that go in? Did you see the coordination of them dancers with her? Did you see all that took place in that? Well, guess what? She did it pregnant. She did it pregnant and still didn't back out of the show. Like, that was amazing right there. Like, that was a show. You know what I mean? And like I brought out on Monday, for once, little, this is the part we always forget. We always forget this part. Little black girls did not turn on the Super Bowl, sit next to their daddies, and see a naked woman teaching them how they should be when they grow up. Now think about this for a minute. All them brothers is talking about the Super Bowl. They got the Super Bowl jerseys on. They go into the supermarket to buy the chicken wing. The kids right there with them. They see the excitement in the air. They see their father excited. Now everybody sit down on the couch. The game starts. The popcorn and the chips is moving about. The wings is cooking in the oven. And a naked broad get on the screen showing her ass and her titties. Halfway through the show. Go ahead, Marah. Halfway through the show. Feel that for a minute. That's the part we don't see. See, we don't know what and who we are no more. This man have beat that out of us. We don't have no morals. We don't have a moral compass. We don't know right and wrong. We think we do. We think because we got an iPhone and we listen to the best music and make the best music. We think that way because we get high, but we have no morals. We have no moral compass. We have no righteous rules in which we live by. We totally off our game. You understand? Princess Antoinette got it right. You got it right. It says she said these goofy females are upset, okay, because she kept her dignity and performed fully dressed and went home to her family. You right. You so right. Like, she should be celebrated. And I give her extra prop because I heard her speak to some Edomites, some rich Edomites, at an award show one time. And she checked the Edomites for not checking their white friends, for stepping up against the evil that was happening to black people. She did it during the George Floyd thing. That was a big gamble on her part. She up there big money like Kanye West. She's a billionaire, according to them. That makeup I heard that she wear is like, up there with Kim Kardashian in there. And she still put it out there. So she gets a little points on that alone. But what she did at the halftime show, man, was tight. It was tight. Like a little girl got to go to bed that night and dream about being Rihanna with her clothes on. She got to dream about how and she looked in the camera when she rubbed her stomach in the show. The drone zoomed in on her face, and she looked up at the camera with like a glee, like a joy in her face as she rubbed the belt. Now I don't know if that was a performance. I don't know the woman. I don't know if that was a performance. I don't know what that was, but the message that it conveyed was what we desperately need, man. We desperately need that. So it was right, in my opinion. I didn't mean to divert off of what we was dealing with. But let's get back to Judas and the betrayal right quick, if we could.
Sir.
Come.
What is, Salaki, I'm going to read it again.
Fourth verse, yeah, go ahead. For everybody that's got to catch up with us, Matthew 27:4. Go ahead, Marad, drop it on.
Saying, I have sinned that I have betrayed the innocent blood.
He knew Christ was innocent. He knew Christ didn't do nothing. He knew it. Go ahead.
And they said, what is that to us?
What is that to us? This is what them wicked leaders said. See, they teach you to be wicked. They gassed him up. They had him betray Yahushua. They was all in his ear, lying to him, like your black leaders lie to you every day. You take it up and believe it, and then when you come back like, nah, man, I did it wrong. That cat ain't do nothing, man. I shouldn't have set him up. They're like, what's it to us? We don't give a damn. We had our own program. We had our own agenda. Our agenda was to get Christ killed no matter what. What do we care about what you got morals and don't got morals of? Now, remember now, these are the Sadducees and Pharisees. These the priests. And he's saying, listen, he coming to the priest. This is so heavy. He's coming to the chief priests and elders and saying, these are the men that's supposed to judge righteously in every situation. He coming to them and saying, wait a minute, I want to change my testimony on Christ. I was wrong. I sinned. That man was innocent. I did it for the money. He tried to reverse it. And the men who was responsible to make judgment said, sure, what is that to us? Read that end part of that 4th verse again. What they said?
And they said, what is that to us?
What is that to us? What is your morals to us? What is right and wrong to us? What is him being innocent to us? It don't mean nothing. Brother, this is why we are destroyed. Let them tell you everything. Oh, there's an economic program, or we need more education. We have to keep kids in school. We gotta keep drugs off the streets. Say no to drugs. We got to this. We got to that. All of it means nothing compared to this knowledge of the truth. All of it means absolutely nothing if you don't have the brotherhood and the body and the morals and the rules in which to conduct yourself with your brothers and sisters. Then it means you're wasting your time. You're putting a Band-Aid on a huge pipe leak when this needs full repair. Read the verse after it, what he did after that.
Khan, see thou to that.
They told him, see thou to that. You see to that. You feeling immoral? You go to God about that. Oh, you feeling like you did wrong? You see to that. Go find a priest to talk to, because we don't give a damn about that. That's your preacher in the church. That's them. That's your imam in the mosque. That's them. That's them. They selling drugs, molesting children, raping women, being homosexual. You come in there and like, I falsely accused a man. They be like, yeah, see to it, brother. We in here, we doing all manner of wickedness. That's what's going on, man. That's what's happening. Read that last verse and see what he did.
Khan, verse 5. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself.
Right. He was so crushed when he realized what he did and who he did it for. He did it for the most immoral men in the game, the very ones running the temple. That's why in the I.S.U.P.K, listen, you ain't never gonna see us join with no other fake Israelite group. I ain't letting nobody in the I.S.U.P.K compromise this truth. The most important thing for us in the I.S.U.P.K is to maintain this moral truth that the Lord handed down for us. Without it, the nation falls. Without it, everything falls. With it, we become a force to be reckoned with. We become a force to be reckoned with. We become a force. They got the shadow ban. You got to shadow ban us because we are forced to reckon with. We bring out and spread your immorality in this world, and there's nothing you can say against us that says we're wrong. And that's important. But when you become like them Sadducees and Pharisees, you just another cutthroat gangster like everybody else. Like them priests in that temple, them chief priests in that temple was nothing more but a bunch of well-paid gangsters wrapped up in religious clothing, just like your preacher in the church. And that's why in the UPK, I don't allow us to change this doctrine. I don't allow us to join no other group. I I don't allow us to take this and marry it to no other religion, man. Whatsoever. We stand on this truth, man. That's what we dealing with. Because that's what's required from the Lord. That's how Christ lives and not get slain. Go ahead, Mirage. Salagi.
No, so I can wait, sir.
You understand? No, I'm done. Go ahead. You want it. Go ahead.
And if I may to add one last thing, we ain't allowed to be weak for money either in the I.S.U.P.K.
Come on,
that's the
with
biggest thing.
Yes,
all that money, and then when you do the sin, the person you got the money say, "Hey, go see to that money."
That's right. That's right.
You didn't destroy or try to destroy the truth.
That's right. That's right. You go see to that. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even take the money back. You deal with that, man. You took the money, you did the job, you got paid. Far as they concerned, they did the right thing. Sadducees and Pharisees, we hired you, you did the job, you got him arrested, we paid you, we did a straight up business deal. You know what I mean? So, hey, you deal with that. You got some immorality in your brain, nigga, you deal with that. We did what our deal is done. And the go ahead, Murat.
Don't come to us being emotional.
Right. Don't get a conscience with us. You understand? We done already did our deal. Brothers and sisters, that's what lives in the Black and Latino community every day. And Native Indian community every day. That's how you're able to pimp your women. That's how you're able to sell drugs to your people. That's how you're able to fight at a drop of a dime, but be so behaved in your counterpart's neighborhood. That's how you're able to not prefer your own and want the heathens instead. That's how you do all manner of crimes to fulfill your personal selfish lust. That's how all that goes down. All of it goes down for this reason. Because, go ahead, Murat. Go ahead. Come on.
If I could add, sir.
Please.
What's so heavy is the pastors, they teach us that God knows your heart. God knows your heart. Meaning do whatever your lust feels. But when you do it and you come back to him like I did it, it was like, well, brother, you know, you got to deal with that.
Yes. Or, you know what I mean? Or have no conscience. The law is done away with. What you upset about? You know what I mean? You come back and say, Reverend, I had an encounter with a man. God loved everybody. Like, why have some immorality over? That's the problem with us here, man. That's the problem with us here. You understand? Like, that's what's wrong with us in here. Without that, that's why Christ required that we have the brotherhood. And I stand on it as hard as I absolutely possibly can. And so do the generals right under me and captains, officers, all of us on down the line. Like, that's very, very, very important. You understand? And don't mean we don't make mistakes, but you better get them right while we got time. That's what they did to Christ. Same thing. And that's what happened to that brother with that Moabite. These heathens are doing it to us, and a lot of black people are going to do it to us as well. You understand? Forget about when they offer a reward for somebody. Oh, they snitch it with a second. Let them put a reward out there. You know what I mean? Don't never get you no $20,000 reward on your head. You done. You done. Okay? They're coming for you. Because, of course, the money is more important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what happened with him. Go ahead, Mara.
You want to go to the next story, sir?
Yeah, we're going to move on from there.
If I may, speaking of money, if I may.
Go ahead.
Oops. Adidas reportedly expected to lose $1.3 billion in revenue after parting with Kanye West.
Damn. We'll show you all that talk. And meanwhile, they needed him like crazy. 1.3 billion. That means he's generating $1 billion for him already. And who knows what he generated for him before he parted from him. That's crazy. Give me a little more.
Kind of one concern.
And I said it before, so I can cut you off, Mariah. I've said it time and time again. You are their food, man. You gotta go rent that movie Soylent Green. Anybody know that movie Soylent Green, man? Please put it up in the chat. You got to go see Soylent. You got to rent it. I don't know if you can still rent it or how you get it, but you got to get that movie Soylent Green. Okay? Soylent Green was a movie about how they took our bodies and put them in a grinder and turned it into a mush and fed it back to us. That's what Soylent Green was about. You understand? Q know about it. Big shout out to General Kubala Mom. You know what I mean? They knew, that's what they did. And that's us. They to lose
1.3 billion.
Imagine that. 1.3 billion for not having his name on them shoes. Will show you the shoe ain't nothing without his name. Meanwhile, they treated him like he was the filth of the earth because he came out and said blacks are Jews too. Like, show you how much they stand on theirs. Now, they ready to backtrack now, Marah, but they took the gamble and stepped out there and tried to crush him. They went out there and tried to crush him off that 1.5 billion. I got to give it to them. They said, you talk about us, we're going to crush you on 1.5 billion. It broke them, though. They couldn't hold it up. They had to run back to him now. Now they're coming back to him. They're coming back to him. But they tried to stand on it. Go ahead, Op.
While Adidas chose to cut ties with Ye over his anti-Semitic remarks, it looks like the decision may ultimately end up costing the company a huge bag. Adidas recently published its top and bottom line financial outlook for 2023, and the CEO, Bjorn Golden, straight up admitted that they are currently not performing the way they should.
They going broke. Nobody buying it. You understand? And just think about this. This is fam. If you watching this show tonight, please listen to me on this. Please hear me on this tonight. If you watching this show, and I'm gonna get off this in a second because we're gonna talk about those other stories Marah got real quick. But I gotta say this to y'all. Listen to me for a second. Get this microphone close. If they stand to lose 1.3 billion, that means that means they were making millions off of him. But they are so insistent that you don't mention the Jews being black, that even making millions off of him, they still sought to shut him down. What does that tell you about being a Jew and black? He was making millions for them. They stand to lose $1.5 billion. Did you say 5? The number's so big, I keep forgetting what you tell me.
1.3 billion.
1.3 billion. That's $1.3 billion. They stand to lose off of this brother. And they was willing to chance it all to stop him from saying the Jews are black. You telling me you shouldn't stand on what you believe in? You shouldn't stand with Yahushua? You should betray Yahushua like Judas? You should not stand on this truth in the I.S.U.P.K? Come on, man. Q said they was making $1 billion off of him and was standing to lose another 1.3. They not performing like they had planned to. So they was already making that kind of money, and the audacity of them to turn around and tell him, you can't say that. We'll shut you down. We parting ways. The audacity for them to say that. Like, that's a sneaker endorsement. Who the hell are they to tell him what he can't say out of his own damn mouth? Now they backtracking. But it still shows you how much they willing to stand on what they stand on. That's how much we better be willing to stand on the truth. We better be willing to stand just as hard on the truth. Well, good for him, man. Good for him. You know what I mean? Good for him. Good for Colin Kaepernick. Good for all the brothers that stood. But most importantly, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak all the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, because they all have stood. They all have stood, and their families have stood, man. Lord bless them, truly bless them in every way. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Murrah, where we going? We got a couple more before we get out of here, right?
Khan, sir.
Come.
If I may.
Come.
After the Ohio train derailment, evacuations, toxic chemicals, and water worries.
Go ahead.
This month, a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed in eastern Ohio, igniting a fire that covered the town of East Palestine in smoke. Fearful of a major explosion, the authorities carved out an evacuation zone and carried out a controlled release of toxic fumes to neuralize burning cargo inside of the train cars.
Show you how evil they are. They said they let out the toxins so that the cargo don't burn up. And let me tell you something. There are 30 million people. Something like 5% of the United States population is right in that area going south. From that area in Ohio going down, you got nothing but major Midwestern cities. And they got about 30 million people in those cities going south. So whatever the hell that is heading down there, they better hope it dissipates sooner than later. Because if it does not, you're going to hear about massive deaths from whatever came up out of there, man. Okay. And I got to bring y'all a book. A lot of what you see going on today in America was written in a book 30 years ago. It was a book that they wrote about all the things that they were going to do in this society to help bring it down so they can get full control over it. And 30 million, and this was one of them. So I'm gonna go pull that out the archives, man. I know I'd be saying it, but I'm gonna do it. Pull it out the archives and read some of that book, because there's a whole lot of what they're doing that they said was going to happen, either based on the way they had built the society or what they had planned to do in the society. Look at that. Whatever's in them canisters, man, they riding stuff through these cities. You don't know what the hell they got. That thing there, brother, look at the cloud that's over there. Look at the cloud of that stuff there. Whatever that is, it lingers around because it's still there. It's lingering around in the city and in the area, and it's up in the clouds. And I got news for white people. Your forefathers and your leaders have had such a good time abusing us that they started abusing you. Now they don't care about your life. So now you in trouble too. That's why so many of these Edomites going crazy, trying to storm the Capitol, anti-government, curse the president. Damn near screamed on the president during the State of the Union speech. What's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a real big conspiracy theorist. They said she yelled out at the president and called him a liar. You understand? Okay. Called him a liar during the presidential inauguration, because once again, they getting sick of what's happening to them. And they think, well, we not niggers, so why we ain't putting up with it? You putting up with it. You gonna put up with it as this place starts to crumble apart. You gonna put up with it. Ain't a whole lot you gonna be able to do about it. You gonna try, but you catching it too. Go ahead, up. Come on with it. There it is. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to come up off of that. Just listen, get ready for more disaster. You're going to hear more about what happened up there in Ohio. You're going to hear more about it. You're going to see more about it. But I had to bring this story back. Murrah found the story. Go ahead and read this story, Murrah. We're going to read that, and then we're going to go talk about these balloons, these new balloons they finding. They finding new balloons, man, over South Korea. New balloons all over the place. But let's get this. This is it. You want to talk about being a traitor. You want to talk about being a Judas. Let me tell you why they doing. One, they doing this because brothers and sisters waking up all over the world. But they also doing it to make sure they cultivate some allies that can make an argument against black people. These same rabbis you about to see are going to make arguments against black people, man, for us being Jews. Just like that cat from the Proud Boys tried to do, to make us converts. Go ahead, Marab. You can throw the picture up too if you want. It's up to you, of course. There they go.
Kind of Wakan, sir. I have it up, sir.
I think you got footage too, right? Maybe not. Read it though, Marab, please. Everybody can see it.
Kind of Wakan. Conservative synagogue makes history with hiring of Hebrew Israelite clergy.
Not black Jews, not, black rabbis, Hebrew Israelite clergy. They call them clergy. That's not even a term the so-called Jew uses. He doesn't even use the term clergy. Go ahead.
Like hundreds of synagogues across the nation, Newark's congregation, I.S.U.P.K, SHALAM, is celebrating Black History Month. The largely is making history itself. Last September, the United Synagogue of Conservative Judaism affiliate appointed as first associate rabbi Eliyahu Elijah Collins, a fifth-year student at the Israelite Rabbinical Academy in Queens, New York.
So he's out of Queens. He's an Israelite out of Queens, a fifth-year student. They bringing him over to Newark to the so-called Jew synagogue. Get ready, y'all. They're trying to buy you off. They're trying to buy you out. Don't tell me this truth ain't strong. This is the most powerful thing in this earth. Go ahead, Al. We ain't got much time anyway. You could just do it if you want. You know what I mean? It's up to you. But you got a good story there. You might want to read a little more of it. Okay. We down to about 6 minutes.
Kind of Wakan, so I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Crossovers between mainstream Judaism and Hebrew Israelites. Largely African American groups that range from radical street preachers.
You know who they talking about, y'all. Y'all know who they talking about. Go ahead.
To others. I love how they call them others.
Right.
Resembling conservative congregations are not rare. There are many people who practice both streams of related faiths, including Collins and Divine, who refer to themselves as both Hebrew Israelites, as both Israelites and Jews. So like I said, if I could add, I love how they say how we're the radical street preachers and there's others.
Yeah.
And I also love how they said they're conservative congregations.
Yeah.
So we're the radical. They're the
conservative.
They're
right.
Like the mama's boy.
We the ones on the street. You that one West problem. Yo, man. So they're gonna try to clean it up now. They're gonna try bringing you on in. You know, man, let you sit down with the so-called Jew and reason together. You know, man, which is a joke in this respect. Because before this, they never allowed anybody else in those synagogues, let alone be a rabbi. Them yeshivas have always historically been white. You understand? And remember now, that's in Newark. That's in Newark. And only in 2023 are they even considering bringing in Hebrew Israelites as rabbis. All this time, through all the 60s and 70s, all the days of Newark, New Jersey, and all of its crime and all of its black poverty, they never integrated with us. But now in 2023, they decided it's time to try to work with these black Israelites. Yeah, right. Go ahead, Op. Khan. Itazab said, translation, the ones that come soft. Khan. Go ahead, Op.
Khan, sir. I'm going to read this. It felt normal that the Israelite Friedman, the Israelite adherents Friedman has become most familiar with the evolved out of the commandment keepers in New York, a congregation led through most of the 20th century by Rabbi Wentworth Arthur Matthew and connected to the Israelite Academy of Ethiopian Hebrew congregations across the country.
Once again, they're going to try to prop them up now because they know that we coming from Bivens ain't allowing them in here at all. So they're going to try to go down the Matthews stream, you understand, who started out more like converts to Judaism and try to stay on that strain and bring them up. Meanwhile, they built them synagogues in Harlem and they was running them synagogues like those were converts. We never got recognized as straight up people of the Lord, but damn near like we was a religious convert to their religion. They were looked at as the real people. And meanwhile, now that the Lord done raised up the Israelites, and now the Israelites ain't looking like a side crew. Now, of course, they want to, come together now. Let's work it together. And listen, and they was racist back then because they built synagogues in Harlem. And meanwhile, them synagogues were all black. Them synagogues were not white. They weren't integrated. They didn't bring those black Jews up to the white synagogues. They didn't send their kids to the white yeshivas. They didn't do any of that. They built black synagogues and had black rabbis in the synagogues and had black congregations in it. And they made money off of it too. They sold them the real estate. They rented them the real estate. They did what the churches did. Financed their religious belief over there, away from them. And so now the Lord is raising up the 12 tribes. Now they want to, let's mingle in. Go ahead, Mariah. You was going to say something? Well, let me just say this, and that's another thing. Bivens dealt with the commandment keepers, but he knew they were off. They were trying to hold on to white Jewish tradition. When Bivens knew that we were the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, not converts, and that's a big point. And they trying to keep it alive with that. And they made, like I said, tons of money off of it. Brother, we stepped out there and did what Christ called us to do, which is wake up the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel and tell them the truth. That for them people to be Jews, they're going to have to prove it. That Christ raised up these 12 tribes through the bloodline and biblical prophecy, and they don't need nobody to validate them. You don't need a white Jew to validate you. You validated based on the scriptures, the prophecy, the captivity, and everything else. You don't have to be validated because they say you valid. They better hope they valid. That's what's really going on. Listen, we done ran for a minute, man. It's a Wednesday night. I want to thank Officer Marab for coming and hanging out with me. Big shout out to Zakar doing an amazing job on that Passover. Big shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. Join us April 1st, man. We'll see y'all. I'll be back on Saturday with Mashak Mayan and those captains as well. We're going to get it in over there. And if you a captain want to jump in with us on a Wednesday, let us know. We're going to try to keep it going live on Wednesdays as well. All right. I'm Commander General Yahanna. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Our new channel, America on Fire. That's our new channel, man. Join us every week. See y'all next time. Shalom.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every month